Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Right, what have we got? Today is day one of the CB250RS restoration. I'm going to name all you guys that have got it right in the next video because I haven't written it all down yet. Really sorry. But well done, those that guessed it. There are some really strange guesses coming in. GPZ, I can see what you mean there from the tail ends. Yeah, close, but not the best get. But anyway, another quick look on this shed. I am so pleased with it. Look at this. I mean, come on, this booms, and with all the insulation, which was dot and dabbed on with the silicone, it is fantastic. There's all insulation right round the shed, completely, apart from the doors, obviously, because they're doors. Right, I do love that, which I picked up from. It's a sort of like a key holder from the British Motor Museum. That was fantastic, as with the Castrol. Yeah, I'm waffling on, aren't I? Here is the shed. It's empty. I got the stuff out of the car last night, whacked it in there, and I thought this morning I'd get it all out, and we'll have a look through the itinerary together. Okay, so there we go. I think it's a Rickman. That top box is quite tidy inside. The hinge is good. Just needs a bit of jiff, doesn't it? Not siff, jiff. Right, cables. We have the clutch, we have the speedo, and we have the rev. So speedo and odometer cables there. They look pretty good, to be fair. It's not a lot wrong with them, apart from been sat out in someone's garden for the last 20 years. That's why the flipping wheels have rotten. There is a guy, Martin, if you come through with these wheel rims, I will owe you a huge debt. You name anything, I can try and help you out with it. But thank you so much for your offer. We'll see if it comes through, see if it happens. Top guy. I couldn't believe the response. I joined the Facebook group, the RS group, and put on there, just sort of made my acquaintance, and I put on there the wheel rims and knackered, and Martin came through straight away and said, "Hey, I've got a couple of rims you can have. I'm in Yorkshire, where are you?" So I don't care. I'll get them, don't worry. So fantastic. Cheers, sir. Right, let's go and have a look at what this is all about. It's a restoration jobby. Brian has donated, again, to me, this restoration project. He donated the CD175, and if you haven't seen that video, stop this video right now. Get yourself back onto my YouTube channel and subscribe if you like, and watch from episode 1. That was a backbreaker, but we got there in the end. Okay, there are many more restorations on there, which are worth a look. Right, I'm going to stop waffling, and I am going to show you guys and girls what came out of the boxes. Right. Right, let's have a look. It came with a ream of paperwork. Brian has even supplied a manual for it. Thank you, Brian. All right, what we got, congratulations. This is all completely and utterly legit. Even the bit of cell there, it's been meticulously looked after. I am guessing by the mileage, it's done 33,000 miles, and it did that in the first, I don't know, 5 years. I think this guy was a courier. I mean, look at those old till receipts. Look at that. It's fantastic. The vehicle service booklet tells you all about what you need to do, where, what and when. And Len Wade has serviced the bike from start to finish. Let's have a look at service number 1. First service free, 18th of October, September 82. And it goes through, you can see the mileage, 4,000 miles within a year, a few months even, 6,000, 7,000, 9,000, 10,000, 12,000, 13.5, 15, 16, 18. I mean, this bike has wanted for nothing. This guy, the owner, has looked after this meticulously. 24,000, 25,000, 27,000, and the last stamp in the book was done in 91 at 31,544. So it's done a couple of thousand miles since then. and there's the owner's manual, and it's very concise. It tells you exactly what to do, how to do it. You know, it's amazing. What a piece of kit. Right, let's have a bit of a brew, and then I'll come back with the bike. Oh, can't beat a decent coffee, can you? Right, let's take a look at the bike. We're taking a look at this bike together. It's flat pack at the moment, literally. We'll have a look through. I'll talk about what I see, what I feel needs doing to each individual part. I don't want to bore you too much with it, but let's get stuck in, shall we? Right, here is the frame. Obviously, we've got a lovely frame number on there, and a plate. Brian has done the frame for me. Top man. But I mean, structurally, it's absolutely spot on, isn't it? Let's have a look. That's pretty good. That's well usable. Right, let's have an exploded view of the bike. Now the exhausts, as you can see, are pretty gammy, for want of a better word. But then it's been sat outside since '91, just rotting. Okay, the tank, we've got a little tiny bit of a ding there. Shame that's right on the decal. We've got a few little patches. What's that like without the light on? Oh, terrible. Got a little tiny bit of rust there. Nothing that can't be sorted. I mean, the chrome, I mean, that will just polish straight up, I think. And to be fair, I reckon I could get that looking half decent. I'm not sure about the crusty bit there and the crusty bit there, but who knows. The right hand side pipe is a lot worse. It's been sandpapered, ready for paint, I would have thought, because it is quite pitted. Yeah, there's no chrome left on there whatsoever. That's just sanded down. So that one is pretty snotty, isn't it? Okay, I've got 3 cobwebs. Excellent. I like cobwebs. Helmet holder. I used to know somebody who did that. 250RS. I mean, the panels are pretty good. And I've just noticed that Velcro on there. That corresponds with the Velcro on that little booklet that was in that kit. The pack there. The welcome pack. What's this side of the tank like? Again, got a few little stone chipped, rusty, just surface bits there. This decal's really nice. The sticker's really good on there. Let's come back around. Look at the back end. It's pretty good, isn't it? That's not too bad. I mean, for the amount of miles it's done, that's remarkable, really. What's the underside like? Can't really get too much light on there, sadly. Let's have a good, that's better. Yeah, it's just a bit of patina. It's oh look, 3 spider's eggs. Not bad. There's no horror stories going on there. There's the tap. Pretty good. Okay, what's the bottom of the seam like there? Oops, focus, you bugger. Not bad. It's not a horror story, so that's good. So the frame, spot on. Tank, very, very usable, absolutely. I don't need to look inside the tank because Brian has assured me that it looks like a new tank inside. So, cheers, my friend. Right, seat. That's just a bit of fluff. From what I can see of this seat, there are no tears. Just needs a good toothbrush, bit of soap and water, and a good toothbrush. Stitching slightly gone on the strap there, but apart from that, what's this like? This is really good. That is literally just sort of greasy watermarks, if you like. RS, get in there. Bit of a ding on that corner. I can live with that. It's going to be a user, not a shower, as all my bikes are. I say all my bikes. Got me Himalayan over there, poor little thing. Okay, so that's the seat. Let's have a look at the underside of the seat. Do you know what? That's rather good, isn't it? The old spiders love this bike, you know. These brackets all, well, they unbolt quite simply, 10 mils nuts. Whip that off. Get that in the parts cleaner. That's not bad, is it? It's not too bad at all. I mean, it's just, I mean, the screws they look like they're going to undo pretty well to get that tail fairing off there. Right, let's start on the wheels, shall we? Okay, what we got here? Let's have a look. That doesn't look brilliant. That's a Speedo. I think the Speedo drive something, and it's snapped. So I'm going to need to look at that. Let's have a look at the rim. Again, not too bad. That's the bit I like. It's not all blown. The rear one is horrendous. You'll see that in a second. Spokes. I'm not even going to mess around with these spokes. You can see that I can see that is beyond the vinegar bath, isn't it? Once you vinegar that, that's just going to be a thinner gauge spoke all in all, and not fit for purpose. What size are these? 3 by 18. 3 being the width, 18 being the diameter. Michelin. Oh look, we got some go faster cracks. Fantastic, that'll be alright. What's the hub like? Let's have a look at the hub. Oops. The hub looks pretty good compared to the old CD175 hub. Yeah, this side is the side that's been exposed fully. It is shot, this rim. There's no two ways of looking at it. It's cooked. There's no amount of... Once you get rid of that corrosion, you're going to reduce the metal. So, yeah, that rim's past it. The spokes are past it. The tyres past it. The only thing good there is the disc, which looks great. The axle and the hub. The disc looks pretty good. There's literally no sign of wear on that. There's no big lips. Let's have a quick gander at the rear wheel. This isn't the best rear wheel in the world ever. This looks like my old CD175. Let's take a look at that. Have you ever seen anything like that? That's literally, looks like an explosion's gone off in there and blown all that alloy around there. Let me just turn the wheel around quickly. I'm thinking we can get a better look from the other side. Oh my goodness. Let's turn that light off a minute. That's better. Look at that. Completely exploded, hasn't it? Completely. Yeah, that is non-serviceable whatsoever. And you can literally see with the wheel that was probably up and this part was probably down. Look at that. Absolutely shot, aren't they? So I'm going to just rescue this hub from this situation. Let's put the light back on. The sprocket, I think, is past it as well. The tyre, it's got go faster air conditioning strips in it. So yeah, sprocket, I mean, actually physically doesn't look too bad, that sprocket. But apparently, as you guys in the RS world know, these bikes eat chains and sprockets because of the power, the immense 26 horsepower, and the early bikes had 30 horsepower. Apparently this bike's capable of 80-85 miles an hour, perhaps 90 on a good day. Right, I'm going to pause it there and have me brew. Stop it, you belching and farting. And you, Winston.
You're not going to pick that up first?
No, I'll pick that up later. Right, here is the heart of the beast. The single cylinder twin port 249cc RS unit. Those of you in the know will recognise this straight away. I can't see anything really untoward with this. Unfortunately, someone posted, please polish the engine. If it's not painted, it's painted, sadly. But there we go. That little thing you undo there to get the timing marks lined up. The front engine bolt is out, obviously, because the bike would still be in the frame. Crank breather pipe seems to be in good fettle. Yeah, still quite springy. Let's have a look round there. Incidentally, all the numbers correspond with the numbers. This sprocket has been turned around at some point in its life because it's towing forward, and it would have been towing backwards. So this has been changed. Definitely a new chain sprocket set. Okay, the neutral selector cable seems to be all in there, which is good. Shush, Woggy.
No.
Aha! Here's a little beastie.
Yeah.
The rear engine mount bolt is stuffed. It's in there. That's not too bad. I'm going to have to saturate on either side of that and see what I can do with that. Let's have another look around it. The intake's been covered up with a nice latex glove there. Cheers, Brian. That's a decompressor unit. That seems to be all in all. I've had a good read and I know exactly how much play there should be in that. What else we got there? Kickstarter. Little tiny bit of play there, but then again it's done 33,000 miles, so it would have been kicked a few times. Sadly, it's not the starter motor, electric starter styly. The side panel, that looks absolutely beautiful. That is spot on. The rubber's all good. What do you reckon? Hey, security guard, cool, innit? Come see then. Come and say hello to your fans. Hello, says Winston. Yes, I know it's WALKIES time. Yes, I know. Bless you. Bless your cottons. Right. What we got on here, this is the drive for the revs per minute. That seems to be all nicely lubed and greased and stuff. That's the access points to do the tappets, the valve clearances. All in all, that looks jolly good, doesn't it? What do you reckon? Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Studs are good. Yeah, not a lot wrong. And now I know it's a runner. Brian fired it up, and there is a video he's going to send me of it ticking over. So, job's a good one. Okay, right, what we're going to do now, let's have a look at the supplied parts. Yeah, this doesn't look wholly brilliant, but I have been looking already, because obviously when I loaded this into the shed I could see the obvious corrosion, and these are about 25 quid I think, new. Yes, they're not originals, but I would like to clean that up, but I'm not sure of the state of that alloy underneath there. It's the trouble with alloy, isn't it? And with painted alloy, once that salt gets underneath. Let's have a look at the other end. There's no fluid in there, so I guess it's had a leak at some point. What's this like? A piston doesn't look too bad. Oh yes, it does. Right in there. Look, yeah, it's pretty crusty. Now I do know that these calipers are prone to seizing, so that's a split caliper, which means you can undo the bolts and literally split the whole thing apart. So I will be doing that, obviously, in the parts cleaner, and giving that a thorough detailed examination and seeing what, if anything, I can save from that piston. Doesn't look very good to start with, does it? Right, what's under the foam? Okay, we got the shock absorbers, new suspension spring units. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot I can do with that. What's it set on? It's nearly set on the softest setting. So obviously this rider was fairly light, chappy, which I'm not. Stop giggling at the back, cheeky monkeys. Right, let's pop that over there, and this one's even worse. Okay, so springs, wheel rims, possible repair kit for the caliper. I'm taking that's the engine mounted front plate, drop plate. That's not bad, is it? That'll go in the parts cleaner. Air filter, it's supposed to soak this foam in 80 gear oil, hypoid gear oil. It's supposed to absolutely drench the thing and then wring it out as best you can. I love doing that. I love getting mucky. And then put that back on. So that's... What's the condition of the foam like? Do you know what? That's really good, rather good. And normally, as you guys know, old foam just flattens and doesn't pop back out. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. Right, we've got some oozes. There's the rear axle and the rear wheel adjusters. That looks pretty toasty. I might have to have a look out for those. Now I know David Silver sell these original replacements, original parts, so I should be getting in contact with Mr. Silver. Unfortunately, what with the COVID thing going on, here is the wiring loom. Do you know, I'm not even going to attempt to get that bag yet, or am I? Let's have a look. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Let's get that light off, might be able to see a bit more. Looks pretty good. Still got all the original binding on it. The plugs look pretty good. Yeah, that's usable. No problem at all. Let's put these things back into the box. La-di-da. Okay, that's that. Hello, everybody. Carburetor, right. Now I've done some reading up on this bike already before I even picked the thing up, and it's got a pump system. So where are we? Yeah, it's got a pump system on it, which is good. It tells you how to start it when it's flooded. It tells you how to start it normally. It's a choke, manual choke version. This where the choke lever goes in there. No, it ain't. That's a throttle butterfly. That will be the choke unit there. That's pretty good. It looks like we've got the original toolkit in there. That's brilliant. Front sprocket cover. Side stand. Yeah, that's good. And it does say in the handbook, if this is worn beyond that point there, it needs replacing. But that looks blooming new, doesn't it? That's the front engine panel, engine mounting bolts, which goes on the bracket there. Okay, box number 3. What we got here? Headlight assembly. Okay. Yeah, that's obviously the underside, and that always takes a brunt, doesn't it? Again, not too bad. I'm going to give that some Astonish paste and see what that does with that metalwork. There's a side light hole. The lens looks really clear inside, which is brilliant. You couldn't ask for better, could you really? Clocks. Let's see exactly what the mileage was. 38,000. Goodness me. It's quite a high miler, but like I say, it's been so well maintained. You've seen the paperwork. You know, you can't fault the guy, the owner. He was absolutely meticulous. And the receipts from the repairs are incredible. Right, I've got the regulator. That looks completely serviceable. Oh, we've got the regulator and the coil. Do you know, it's weird that it's a single. It's the first time I've ever heard of an RS 250. I thought it was a Super Dream when Brian first contacted me about it. It says a Honda 250. I said, oh crikey, I haven't done a Super Dream. He said, no, it's not a Super Dream. It's better. I was like, okay, there's the fuse box. 3 fuses. I think they're 15, yeah, 7s. Reed light. Oh, headlight. I ain't got my glasses on. Tail light, main. We're good. A little tiny bit of corrosion in there, but nothing untoward. What are these bolts there? I'm just sort of guessing really. I think they're probably bolts. I'm too funny. I really am too funny. Oh, ignition with the key. Always a bonus, isn't it, with the key in it? And that is a mainstand return spring by the look of it. What we've got in there? We've got the old clips to tie loom to frame. I've looked at that bag. Brian, you've done a fantastic job, sir, of dismantling this bike. There's the brake pads. I'll soak them in oil and see if I can revive them. No, I won't. I'm only joking. Some more fixings there. I have boxes and boxes of Honda fixings, which is fantastic. The Honda bolts don't seem to corrode, which is ace, isn't it? I guess that's what you pay for at the end of the day. What's that piece there? Don't know. I'm guessing. I'm guessing now, but don't know. Might be something to do with the steering handlebars. Don't know. Answers on a postcard. What we got? We've got foot pegs, rear foot pegs by the sound of it, the feel of it even. Here's the rear hangers. Not too bad, is it? I'll tell you what I haven't seen. I haven't seen the swinging arm. Yes, I have. I've just spotted it. It's in another box there. Oh, look at this one. That looks blooming new, doesn't it? Wow. Well, that's not going to take a lot of licking, is it? That is incredible. So you can see which side of the bike was open to more of the elements than to other. That's great. Look at that rear hub. Rear brake holder. Battery case. I don't know if this is that original paint. No, I think Brian's done his best with that. Fantastic, mate. There is no rot on that whatsoever. That is fantastic. Oh, feeling horny. There we go. There's the main foot rests, foot pegs. Right, let's have a look at the other side of this. See what the shoes are like. Yeah, there's a little bit of wear on them pads. They should be thicker than that, but there we go. I will replace anyway, because that back inside drum of the rear wheel there is proper nasty. But this looks fantastic. The general condition of that, brilliant, isn't it? Awesome. What have we got in here? That's the rear wheel spacer. Could even be the front. No, it's not the front wheel, it's the rear wheel. Look at the size of that hole. It's much bigger than the front. Got all the headstock bearings. Oh, I love getting greasy, don't you, mate? That is the breather. There's the gear change linkage. You know, I'm really happy with this. You know, I'm compared to that other bike I did, the CD. Oh dear. This is like a new bike, isn't it? Almost, but there is a lot of work here. Let's be honest. It's a funny angle, isn't it? I thought that was bent and to the point of snapping, but that's where it's supposed to be. That's pretty good. This is my first time, literally, of looking at these parts, so you're getting a bird's eye view with me. What's that stuff there? I reckon it's stuff to go round the yoke. Got a nice little panel there. Not sure what that is. I'm sure you guys that have done these bikes know exactly what that is. And that seems to be some sort of gun. Now, looking at that adjuster bolt, that's something to do with adjusting the height of the foot brake. There's the tool pouch. Pretty good, isn't it? Wicked, man. Okay, let's go from that box to the final box. We have rack there. Okay, let's pick this up and have a look on the table. Sont sur la table, monsieur. Yeah, that's pretty good. That one's slightly bent. If we look back, see that one's took a knock, hasn't it? That one. It's actually, that bit there is bent there, so I should be able to vice that and heat it and gently shimmy it back the other way. Yeah, the electrical connections are good. All in all, not bad at all. There's a choke lever. Now, apparently the choke lever, the cable sees as well, so yeah, those two pins there go in those 2 pins of that other bracket. Where is it? There. So it is to do with that. Okay. Right, that's front indicators. Shush, security, thank you. Chain guard. Some good fettle. Super duper fettle. Right, I'm just going to pause it there a sec because I've forgotten my coffee again. Okay, so chain guard, like I say, it's get out in the daylight. That's really good, isn't it? It's not wanting for too much attention. It will go in the kitchen sink along with a lot of other parts. All right, boy. Yeah. What's up? What's up? Here is the air cleaner box lid. Looks pretty cool. Has it got a seal in that little groove? Yes, it has. Looks in good fettle. What are you after? I know what you're after. More important things are afoot, young sir. Main stand. Looking jolly good. Yes, it's got the patina, but being slung underneath a courier bike all those years, that it's damn good condition, believe me. Let's put that in a box where I'm not going to scratch anything. Okay, the bum of the bike is looking really good. Len Wade, thank you, sir, for looking after this bike all these years. It's been amazing. Right. Yeah, that looks jolly good, doesn't it? Brian, you have done fantastic. I know that you did this part yourself, so good job, sir. Cracking job. You missed a bit. No, joking. I'm joking, lad. Joking. Right. Oh, here's the bits that you get your hands on. Where can I put this? It's not going to break my arms. Let's flap my box over and stick it on there. What are we looking at here? Looking a bit brown, but that's not so bad. Oh, it's got a flow and return throttle. That's pretty good. Just aids in throttle return. A bit more snappy. Again, the plugs are okay, aren't they? There's a headlight plug there. There's a loom plug. Yeah, a little bit of bubbling on both the yoke tops. Wing mirror, that should be matte black. What they're looking like, I mean, the handle grips look fantastic, don't they? There we go. Awesome. Yeah, no electric starter button, so it's definitely not electric start. No way, man. Again, loom looks good. That's pretty cool. There's the pass button, high-low on the lights, turn, and your horny horn button. So with the lights, that's off. That's side lights or parking lights. And then you flick the lights on, and you do your high-low beam from there. Early Honda, isn't it? Cool. You just stick that down there very carefully. Oh, got some lubricating grease on there. Right, and the final parts of the bike is the rear mudguard, or fender, as our American brothers and sisters like to say. That bolt's snapped off. That's not an issue. That'll be an M6 thread. I've got all the gear to do that. Cool. That needs a good old parts clean. I might even... No, I'm not going to... Oh, I thought that was a hole then, but it's not. It's a bit of whatever that is. Might even sandblast that, but I don't want to take away too much metal. So, wire brush jobby, I reckon. Okay, let's put that down there. And the rear indicators. Now I need to source the 2 bars, because these indicators don't sit on the frame. They sit on these extension bars which come out from the rear shock tops. And I know where these have gone, Brian. Fair play, mate. I would have done the same thing. What's up with that? That's looking a bit... Yeah, that's had a knock, hasn't it? That's all fractured inside there. So I'm going to need a left-handed, right-hand indicator lens. That's pretty cool. I like the way Honda then have started to put their own earthed lugs on. That's pretty good to see that. On the CD175 I had to do the whole thing. Here is the beastie. The important part. Let's flap me flat back over. Oh my god. Bear with. 2 secs. Da da da. Fiddly dee. Giggity giggity. Right. Let's get the item in vision. Right. What are we looking at here? Goodness me, it's got a grease nipple on it. Oh, wicked. That means the bushes are going to be great. That's surprising that it hasn't got a rubber piece around here to when the chain slack hits there. It's not got a rubber piece, look, because it's gouged the frame a little bit. The integrity is good. There is not a lot wrong with this swinging arm. It's pretty good story, actually. So that was another one of my woes. Okay, let's turn it over. See the underside. This is the important part. Yeah, without going around it with my little welding hammer. That looks good. That looks really good. The rear brake stay arm is in good fettle. It just needs a good sanding, good coat of paint. Fantastic. Right, well, you've seen it as I've seen it. So there we have a flat pack RS 250 Honda CB. Brilliant. Wow. What more can I say? This is the first episode. The clock started an hour ago, so that's the first hour done. I hope you like what you see. I am very pleased with what the condition of the bike is generally for a bike that's been sat outside for 20 years. That isn't bad, is it? Okay, right. Look forward to getting my hands dirty again and getting on with the bits and pieces. How I work is, because my shed's still not, it's gone from 8x8 to 10x8, but because it's still not absolutely huge, what I do is I take like the seat area and I'll do what I need to do with it. It goes in a polythene bag and it goes up in the loft. That's how it works. So the parts get less and less and less in the workshop. Then I start on the frame, but that's already been done. Next is the engine to do, and then it all goes back together on my little Stanley, little red lift there, and then it all comes back out the loft and goes back together. That's how I do things, because of lack of space. Anyway, take care, people. Keep your guesses coming in as to how many hours it's going to take me to do this project. I'm not going to be going hammer and tongs at it, because it may be my last restoration. Health isn't great, so it's getting more difficult to get out there and spend lots of time. I used to do like 8 till 8 at night in the shed, but those days are long gone. So it's going to be a steady restoration, but I will be making notes of the hourage so you guys can see. And whoever gets nearest, doesn't matter if it's a week out or a month out or a year out, whoever is nearest to the final hourage gets that Top Gear Stig money box. It's money can't buy item, isn't it? You know. Anyway, take care, guys. Wish me luck, and see you soon. Take it easy.